We're live.
Wow, we're live.
Welcome back to another
Here
Wednesday
from New
evening of
York
fun.
City. Oh, wait, that's a different show.
Yeah, I think so. It's not this
Yeah.
one. Welcome.
So, how is everybody doing?
It's great to have you here this evening.
It's a rainy, dreary night here in St. Louis. Well, actually, Imperial, Missouri.
Got a hawk right next to my face. I don't even think I realized you were holding a hawk when we started this.
Oh, wait, I'm holding a hawk?
Yeah, just got a nice little football hold right now. It's not really a football hold.
Yeah, so this is Banshee. And her anklets completely fell off because her anklets were just so messed up. They were so old. But we really didn't fly her this year. She really just sat on the perch a lot. So we've got her free lofted now with another female Harris hawk we have named Shosky. Anyway, we need to put some equipment on her. So I thought that'd be a great thing to start the live off with.
Yeah, I think so. Last week we had a little mid interruption.
A little technical difficulty.
So we have taken a couple extra precautions this week, but thanks for sticking with us. I've got the tripod weighted down because we have 3 dogs here right now. So I
do appreciate everybody jumping back in.
If the camera shifts, it's because of all the creatures we have.
I really do appreciate everybody. Last week, y'all were great, man. We went down on one live and y'all jumped straight back into the other one right where we left off. It was great. It was amazing. You guys are dedicated. You're loyal. You're faithful. Love you. Love you so much. Matter of fact, we're going to give away a prize box today because I love you so much.
I love prize boxes.
You know, we really didn't talk about what we're going to do for quiz question.
Oh, no, we didn't. Did we? Okay, I'll brainstorm on that one. Okay.
I was thinking we're not going to do numbers this time because it was way too easy. How many people saw me write down the number 7? Y'all could tell that's what I wrote. Like a lot of people said they could see, they tell that I wrote a 7.
I mean, you got to know you're on camera. Everything's being watched, you know?
Every single thing. Hey, how about these wonderful, lovely cupcakes?
Yeah, Taylor made these cupcakes.
Look at that. Isn't that awesome?
Looks super appetizing.
Guess what they're called? All right. Yeah, this is not for the women prize box. Guess what these are called? What the name of these cupcakes are? You already know.
Yeah, I do.
We have any guesses yet? Has anybody guessed them?
No guesses yet.
No guesses? Nobody's into it? Huh? Well, anyway, we're gonna try these cupcakes out
Turf
today.
Cakes?
Turf?
Maybe they meant to say turd cakes.
What means?
Mississippi mud. Yeah,
Ooh, that'd be good. That would be good if it was a chocolate cake, but the cake's not chocolate. The cake is actually like a vanilla.
Chocolate. Choco mousse cupcakes.
That would be a very elegant name. That'd be a very elegant name.
Lemon cupcake.
Where do you see anything lemon? Where do you see anything lemon in that? There's no lemon. Come on. I'll give you a hint. All right. The name makes perfect sense.
So he said poop cakes. I gotta like that one.
I do too. All right. Here's the name. This is not to win the prize. These cupcakes are called Recipe Number 2.
Oh, it's great.
Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful?
It's like a Jell-O pudding frosting. So
It is a chocolate mousse frosting.
So chocolate mousse. It is
if anybody's wondering about the bird that I'm holding, her name is Banshee. We've hunted her a couple of different seasons now. We will be hunting her next season. But she's a very calm bird. She's used to being held this way because when my Harris hawks get really, really cold when we're out in the field and it's like 12 degrees, I'll grab them and hold them. And sometimes I'll put them in my coat like this because they're a desert bird and they don't really like the cold that much. One time.
What happened one time, Michael?
We're sitting in Alamosa, Colorado.
One of my favorite areas of the country.
It's a great area.
The San Luis Valley.
We woke up one morning and it was snowing and 5 degrees. So cold. We got the Harris hawks out to go hunting, and every one of the Harris hawks said, nope, we are not coming out of our box. We are going to stay right here in our box. It got so cold in Alamosa overnight, it went in the negative numbers. And even though the hawk boxes stay warm, we still had problems with frostbite on their talons. The ends of all their talons turned white over time, like a grayish color. And some of them, the talons broke off on the ends because
Didn't know that happened.
they had frostbite. I didn't either. It was the first time I had experienced it. And even though their bodies didn't have any problems, usually it's their wings, at the end of the wings where they get frostbite. They didn't have that problem. Talons. That's how cold it was. Anyway, let's get into it. Banshee's being super, super good. She's being awfully patient, but this is not the way she wants to sit normally. So let's get Gracie in here. Who wants to see Gracie?
I do. Hey, Gracie.
Hey, Gracie.
Hey.
Hey, Gracie can stand right underneath the banner and it not even cover up her head.
Wow.
All right. So Gracie is going to do the same thing that Jenna did last week with a different bird. She's going to wrap the Jess around. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, you're going to have to go to get 2 teeny tiny zip ties, the little bitty tiny ones.
Well, if anyone's wondering, this is Mars up in the corner, a lantern falcon. We
Yeah.
thought he'd just hang out with us.
So
during
pull it all the way
live
back
here.
and then line the holes up. There you go. That's perfect. Oh, my
Bomb's
my
about to
cell
go off.
phone is going off, and that's telling me I can no longer eat for the rest of today.
We're both doing intermittent fasting now.
Oh, I'm going to eat that cupcake, regardless of what that alarm says. All right, so let's do this. So I'm not really worried about her footing me. We do want to make sure that the band, see the band right there? That's her captive bred band. It's her social security number, basically. The federal government tracks her. But we want it up by her ankle, so it's on top of the anklet. And she's a really good bird. And I'm not really worried about her footing, Gracie. That's why we have gloves on today. And
We've got Jeremy doing some BTS
Okay.
with his roaming camera. If you see that sneak in the
We'll grab
corner a
2
little
little
bit.
bitty tiny zip ties.
And
They're
we're
in the
gonna.
left-hand bottom corner. there.
Are we doing barn owl stuff today too?
Well, I
Are we
thought
doing-
we would bring Cricket out just because we were requested by several people to bring Cricket out.
It does say HAWKS and owls.
Then we need to bring Cricket out.
So we
Yeah.
will get into some owl.
So what we'll
stuff
do is
here in
we'll
a
bring
moment.
Cricket out and we'll talk about Cricket's face. Nope. there's a little
The
hole.
problem with these cupcakes too is I can't eat them with my mustache. I just end up having just frosting all over me. That's my only qualm with them.
That's why you should make it a sandwich.
You need like a little mustache protector.
I think-
You
I think
know?
probably in there. Now,
Mustache.
there's a
bin.
pair of dikes in that drawer right there. Dikes. So cut that off short. Diagonal wire cutters.
Diagonal wire cutters. That's what I
Cut
was
off
thinking.
very short. All right, do the same thing on this one.
Shauna, hello from Oklahoma.
Hey, Shauna from Oklahoma. Hello. You know, I said hello to a lot of people that were jumped in the chat pre-air,
Yeah,
pre-live.
we usually try to get on 15 minutes before the live. We were a little late today. We were like 10 minutes on.
All right, so I'm going to get Gracie to go ahead and undo all of her equipment. Do it up here so they can see. So she's going to take, this is a leash with a pair of jesses and a swivel.
Just like that.
Yep.
Got
And so,
Drew from Georgia saying hi too.
hey, Georgia.
Oklahoma,
I
Georgia.
love Drew.
I always like
and,
knowing where
and
people are
Georgia.
from.
All right, so I'm going to show people what we're doing here. All right, so this is a Jess, a falconry Jess. This is a button, the end of it right here. And what we like to do is put it through the anklet so that the buttons are on the top outside. That way, whenever the Jesses go through the swivel, you're pulling this way from the outside edge.
Lewis saying hi from the UK.
Hey, Lewis in the UK.
Top of the day.
Hey, well, you know, falconry was born and bred in Europe, so you know it's right up his alley.
Taylor's really shaking her head at me.
So, Lewis, what do? What is your forte? What is your special skill in life?
I'm guessing he may like falconry. We get quite a few people from the UK into our falconry content. Yep, I'm a falconer.
Very good.
I can read minds.
There we go.
Now, if you would, Slide a glove on me. Right here, right here. So underneath that
Banshee has a
box.
very distinct call. Like if I'm in the back just hanging around the fire and I hear a hawk, I know exactly when it's Banshee.
Yep.
It's nice. It's like a mist refreshing wind.
Yeah, there we go. All right, let's get her feathers all flapped out right. Perfect. Yep. So like I said, it is raining here. And you know, over in England, they make these beautiful perches, block perches, and they're crafted out of burl wood and walnut. But here in the States, we just use a 25-pound weight welded on to
Here at Wildlife Command Center.
Hey, this was not my idea.
Like it.
I just stole this idea.
It's great.
Yeah.
Lovely.
All right.
Oh boy, I'm right. I am right in the heart of
Poop slot.
the
You in the poop slot?
slice.
Slice.
I'm
Yep.
in the slice zone.
Yep. And the slice zone. So this is a Harris hawk. I personally love Harris hawks. If you ask me what's the best bird for falconry, I'm going to say Harris hawk.
The American
I-
kestrel.
I love. Hey, they're good for catching mice and rats and European starlings. Yeah, that's what kestrels are good for. They can catch a lot of different things. But the Harris hawks live in a family unit and they're very social in nature, and that's why I like them because they are so social in nature that they just make great falconry birds. Now, you know what we're going to need to do with Banshee later on is she needs her beak coat. So I think that'll be a
Oh.
different live. We'll
That is
probably
a long beak right now.
yeah, we'll probably take 3 or 4 of them and coat them all 3 or 4 at the same time. Yep. Anyway, hawks are particularly designed well for falconry. Red-tailed hawks are really good for falconry. I like the Harris hawks because they're cooperative in nature, and they'll hunt as a cast of several Harris hawks, which we call gang hawking. And
Gang.
gang,
right?
gang, big gang.
So stupid.
Yeah. So anyway, anybody have any questions about the Harris hawks? I wasn't going to go into it really deep. I just want people to get a good look. Here, look over here. What's this right here? Oh, it's a stick. You want it?
Lucille wants to know the difference between a falcon and a hawk.
All right. Well, so hawks are spelled with an H and falcons are spelled with an F. That's not a good answer.
Do you remember Yuri?
Dude, I do know who Yuri is. Hey, Yuri, how you doing? Yuri is who helped me save the owl last night.
Yeah, I saw the owl briefly, but I was not involved with that. But it was beautiful owl.
Hey, here's another interesting fact about the owl. It was a banded bird. It was dark whenever I met up with Yuri, and so I didn't really look at the bird that closely, and I didn't want to disturb it. But when we took it to World Bird Sanctuary, it actually had a metal band on it that was put on it when it was just 10 or 12 days old. Yeah, so it's been marked.
Does it lead you to believe that it is a captive?
No, it's not a captive bred bird. This was a banding effort by Missouri Department of Conservation.
Gotcha.
They were tracking the bird for data and that sort of thing. But anyway, back to the question. I didn't answer. You're supposed to stop me so I can answer the question.
Oh,
supposed
am I supposed to?
Yeah.
We're answering questions, Michael.
I'm going to answer. I'm going to answer. I'm going to answer what's the difference between a hawk and a falcon. So one obvious thing is that hawks are soaring birds and falcons are birds that are very fast wing beat, and they're not much on soaring. Now they do lock their wings and they will do circles around it, but falcons are built for speed and hawks are built for soaring. The Parabuteo, or the Harris hawk, is known for its short, rounded type wings, so it can glide and it can soar. Falcons are also referred to as long wings because they have long, pointy wings, and that's designed for speed. And the difference between their shape: hawks have really long legs, falcons have very short legs. The body, the chest, falcons are very compact and bullet-like, where hawks are a lot more spread out and bigger. If you notice Mars in the background there, he weighs about 1/4 pound. Banshee here weighs about 1 pound. But their body shapes are so much different because they have 2 different styles of hunting. And besides falcons being in the falcide scientific group and Harris hawks and hawks being either buteo, like your broad-wing hawk, your red-tail hawk, or your parabuteo, which is your Harris hawks. Two different scientific groups, totally. Next question.
That's why I shave my armpits.
Oh, so that you can.
Makes me more aerodynamic when I'm fighting, running,
Okay.
kayaking,
Bonfiring.
whatever. It's nice.
I like it.
Drew wants to know, how long can a hawk or falcon live? What's their lifespan?
So in captivity, their lifespan is much longer than in the wild because the wild is a very hard place. It's very harsh. Typically, in the wild, hawks live 10 to 12 years, 15 years. However, there's a few cases of hawks living longer than that because they can. They usually just don't because the wild is so harsh. But in captivity, hawks can live 30 to 35 yease. I know of a couple of Harris hawks now that are pushing 33, 34 years. Cole has experienced slice.
Yeah, I'm just.
He's just like, not on my.
If you have to
not on my.
spew into this. Can we turn it up?
Well, we'll get her to spew towards the camera.
Okay. Getting sweaty.
Other more questions. Next question.
How much does a hawk weigh? How much does this hawk weigh?
So this hawk weighs right at a pound right now. So she's right at 950 grams, which is just about a pound. We measure in grams in falconry because it's easier. It's a smaller, and so it's easier for me to figure out, the difference between 50 ounces and 48 ounces. If I was going to keep it in grams, 100 grams and 200 grams, or if I want to do 120 grams, it's really hard with ounces to get those really small measurements. But with grams, you can really dial it in, and we're talking about what their body fat is. That's what we're really interested in, is the animal's body fat.
And I know you like this one. How much weight can they carry when they're flying?
I love this question.
Very controversial.
I love this question.
You have made some people upset online over your answer of that.
Oh, I know. But let me just tell you this. This hawk, which is a sizable hawk, this is about average male red-tailed hawk size, maybe small female. This hawk cannot carry off your dog. Neither can a 7-pound bald eagle. Neither can a 7-pound golden eagle. Okay, it just doesn't happen. And yeah, I've got so many people that say, "Oh, hawk stole my Yorkie," or "A hawk carried off my cat." Well, more than likely it was a coyote. So this bird right here weighs about a pound right now. She could easily carry off a half-pound rat, which is a good-sized rat. That's about a 500-gram rat, which is a big rat. She could carry off most medium-sized squirrels, but most squirrels are pushing 2 pounds. The big fox squirrels.
So your largest bald eagle.
Largest bald eagle would be 13-pound female bald eagle.
So in theory, it could carry off like a 6.5-pound animal.
A 6.5-pound animal. If you wouldn't have said bald eagle, if you would have said golden eagle, I would say golden eagle easily could carry off a 6.5-pound Yorkie.
So possibly then.
Yeah.
But most of the time it's a coyote at work.
Almost always it's a coyote. 2 reasons. One, these animals do not like canines. So them attacking a canine is just so absurd. Here we go. Yep. Boosh. Booyah. Did everybody see that? Did I give you all enough warning? Gracie, could you grab us a napkin?
Someone wants to know what the wind velocity of a laden falcon is.
What's the wind velocity of an African sparrow?
Well, so the question is really a good one. And if you had a Marshall GPS system, you wouldn't need to ask me because I don't know. I don't fly falcons. All I know is that a really, really fast peregrine falcon has been clocked at 253 miles an hour. Oh,
super
you
fast.
Just swished that all over the place. That was a great smear. So anyway, great question. Get yourself a Marshall's GPS unit and falcon it to your falcon and run it, and it'll tell you what the velocity of the
Falcon
bird.
to your falcon.
falcon it to your falcon. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go put Banshee back out into the mews because she's been patient enough, and I don't want to test her any. So if we could, I was wondering if maybe you could tell them a childhood story of you going camping.
You know, what's funny is the guy that has spent 2 years traveling the country in a bus that he made into a house have actually never really gone camping. So never like really done like the tent kind of camping setup. Just decided to build out my glamping house in a bus and travel the country. But yeah, fun times. Really loved the desert Southwest as well. That was probably one of my favorite areas to explore. Was doing that traveling at the beginning of the pandemic. So it was kind of a crazy time when you're like living in the middle of the desert, no man's land, and don't know what's going on with the world, but you're in a bus. So that's my experience with camping.
Well, I actually had a camping experience. Now
Jeremy.
I'll step in since Michael's gone, but I was in the I think I was in the fourth grade, and we went camping with our church group. I think it was near Moorhead, Minnesota. But we were out there, and we got hit by all kinds of thunderstorms and tornadoes, and it just so we had to load up all these kids into all kinds of cars, take them to this pastor's house where we had about 50 people sitting there just trying not to get struck by lightning. And yeah, it was, my mom and dad didn't take us or camping that much after that. So it was kind of fun. We had,
Mother Nature's brutal.
yeah, I mean, when you have a thunderstorm and it's absolutely crazy exciting out there, can you imagine what the birds are feeling like?
Yeah, I always think that's wild. It's just like nature has to put up with everything. It's nuts.
Absolutely. So that was my little hiking experience. So I'll go back to being a cameraman now.
Thanks, Jeremy,
Yeah.
for stepping in. I'd like to remind everyone to like this live stream. We currently have 31 people watching, 22
Whoa,
likes.
31 people.
So that means we could accumulate another 9 likes here if you guys were so kind. If you're watching on your
Hey.
television, I know it's kind of a difficult
It is
journey.
difficult. It really is difficult if you're on TV.
But hey, I believe in you. I believe you can hit that remote. I believe you can hit those buttons and hit like.
You know, there's two things I'd like to say thank you for. One of those is you guys that consistently like our shorts as soon as they come out the gate. We like to post shorts around 9:00 p.m. So there's usually one coming out, something like this. But I notice a lot of you guys are liking it like as soon as it comes out the thing, and that helps the algorithm so much. Especially that short that you helped me pick out, the swan short.
What can I
Man,
say?
that thing is really popping.
Yeah,
you know?
I've been able to get a little leisure time in this February. It's been lovely.
Has it been? You've been
Well,
okay.
you
Every
gotta
time I see you, you're here working.
Well, yeah, but you know, I'm
And,
like,
and every time I see him working, I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" He's like, "I'm just
I
picking something up."
I have learned a lot about myself. I've learned that if I sit still too long, everything in my body hurts, and I begin to feel massively depressed. So I've
Well,
been-
in that case, don't stop working.
yeah, so I've been doing a little bit of work, but Michael's been doing a lot of short form content with our long form.
Yeah. So one of the great things about that is when you watch the shorts in the bottom right-hand corner, you can actually click on the long form and it takes you straight there. But I also like pulling the shorts out of the long form because I get to rewatch the long form. I get to relive all that experience that we did. You do such a great job editing the videos that I watch them 1 or 2 or 3 times because they're just entertaining. And but I like the shorts because YouTube automatically puts the logo in there. They automatically put the link in there.
Yeah.
And then you got in the bottom right hand corner, you can click on that little icon. It takes you straight to the long form content.
Yeah, a lot of
So that's a
people.
lot of fun.
I feel like a lot of people still, even if you're on our lives all the time and watch a lot of our shorts content, I feel like many of you haven't dug into some of our long form content. And Michael and I were talking yesterday. We were like, it's interesting how the stuff we did a year and a half ago is still super evergreen and applicable to if it happened yesterday. So if you haven't dug into the channel and seen some of our long form throughout the last year, year and a half, definitely give it a little watch. If you dig deep down, you can find some stuff BC before coal.
Yeah, there is some very deep stuff.
That's just hilarious to
BC.
watch, you know.
It is kind of funny, you know. One, you could definitely tell that I didn't know what I was doing whenever I tried editing some of those. And two, it's just trying to come up with a format, you know, pre-coal.
It's hard.
It is hard.
It's hard being a YouTuber in these streets.
It's very difficult. Hey, folks, welcome Cricket to the podium.
Hi, Cricket.
Yeah.
Welcome.
So this is Cricket. She is our office barn owl, and she was hatched, and she was raised right here at Wildlife Command Center, and she grew up in our office. So she's a very calm owl. She does like to dance to hip hop music.
She loves the hip hop.
She really does. But what I wanted to talk about was their ears.
I don't know much about their ears, Michael.
Okay. Well, first off, you know, this beautiful heart-shaped face right here, which is kind of like apple-shaped. On the fringes, you can actually tell there's some stiffer, smaller feathers right there. And she can actually focus that facial disc to channel sound into each of her ears.
Wow.
Yeah. And so her ears are literally like this. Yeah. I'm talking about your ears. Yeah. So on this side, her ear is up here, and on this side, it's down there. And the reason for that is she can use it to triangulate where the sound is coming from. And
make me feel like I'm being watched.
I know, right? But owls are so good with sound that they can actually catch voles under the snow. Like they can hear where the voles are running under the snow, triangulate it, pounce through the snow, and catch the voles underneath the snow. And if you don't believe me, there's plenty of YouTube videos out there showing them doing just that. Now today, me and Jeremy stopped by the side of the road, and I showed him some meadow voles. That's a meadow vole with a V. And I think he was fairly amazed and impressed that we had that many voles on just the side of the road, like just side of the road embankment. It was crazy how many we found. And that's what these guys eat.
I always thought the same thing as mice.
Well,
they're similar.
They're like a big size mouse. They have a shorter tail that's fuzzy, and they have a shorter nose. And if you Google search meadow vole or cotton rat, you'll see it's a different creature altogether. But red-tailed hawks, you see them hunting on the side of the road. They're hunting for voles. You see an owl at night flying across a street sign. They're hunting for voles. Voles and rodents comprise about 95% of their diet.
I've got our prize question.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a pretty good one. I feel like
all right.
It's not going to get answered quickly. And
okay.
It's kind of, do we present it now
let's wait a moment.
Okay.
So I did not pre-prepare a prize box today. So I've got to do that.
You got to tape up a box.
Yeah, I've got to tape up a box and put it together. And while we're doing that, I'll show everybody what we have.
I've been organizing the shop area, which affectionately I call my home because I live there.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't believe how much tape you can find around this place.
There is so much tape.
I was going through some boxes and I was like, wow, if we were short of tape before, I found a little bit of tape along the journey so far. I have some green tape. Oh, here's some more green tape here. Hold on, let's go. Here's a little bit more here.
I think we got some tape.
Yeah. Oh, here's some medical tape. You usually need that.
Okay, so. Can we stop now? Yeah. I think you proved your point.
A little bit of tape, so I'm sure we can get this box taped up pretty good.
Well, the great point of this is we know where all the tape is now.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's right here in this drawer.
I'm not gonna get if I get electrocuted around here. You aren't using the tape drawer.
That's a fact. So, does anyone have any questions about cricket?
Lucille says, "How big do barn owls get?"
So how large do barn owls get? Well, Cricket here, which I'm unsure what sex she really is. I suspect that she's a she.
She's sexy.
She's a she.
Right.
So she weighs about 1/4 pound. I didn't weigh her today, but she usually hovers around the 400, 420 gram area, which is pretty light, for a bird this big. That would be about a quarter of a pound or so. Big females can get up to about half a pound, owls and birds of prey and everything. And they're just like people. You got little people, big people, but there are some averages, and they don't weigh very much at all. Most of this right here is just all feathers.
Floof.
Floof. She's just a floof button.
Shauna asked, can they really turn their heads all the way around?
So they do have an extra and a special vertebrae in their neck. And I, being the representative of the average white male, can turn my head
More than ever.
180 degrees.
I can't. I've got a vertebrae birth defect.
Situation.
Yeah, my C3, C4 are practically 100% fused together
Goodness.
by birth.
So you can't turn your head from one side to the other. Very good.
Well, on a good day, I can get some good rotation.
But owls can turn their necks 278 degrees, which I always say 280. But so it looks like it's almost all the way around, but they can turn it around this way and stop, look at you, then turn back around, look at you the other way. So they can definitely look over their shoulder,
And how old is Cricket?
Cricket was hatched out this past May.
She's almost 1 year old. We're after a birthday party.
Ramping up for a birthday party.
That sounds like a good YouTube video.
I'd love to do a birthday party.
A birthday party for an owl. That's normal content.
Let's make a mouse-based cupcake. So Gracie's mom, she bakes cupcakes and cookies and all kinds of nice treats.
She's gonna have to make it with like roadkill.
You think she'll make us a roadkill cupcake for?
We just give her some
Cricket?
meat and then she can like frosting it.
All right.
I kill myself.
You're so funny.
Yeah,
I laugh all the
I
time.
really appreciate it. Hey, what weighs more, a pound of feathers or a pound of rocks?
Interestingly enough, the pound of rocks weighs exactly the same amount as a pound of feathers.
Can't fool us.
Yeah.
Contrary to what YouTube thinks, we're actually pretty smart.
Which from 100 feet, which would fall faster, a pound of rocks or a pound of feathers?
They'd fall the same.
Except
gravity. Okay, maybe I'm not.
Except
if they're falling
that's
in
right.
See, I assume
if they were in a vacuum, they would fall the same. But because of the displacement of wind, the feathers would float a lot. But that's like the old that one. Which would fall faster, a 10-pound lead ball or a 10-pound bowling ball?
I'm afraid to talk now. I'm afraid of looking more like an idiot.
Well, the lead ball would reach terminal velocity faster, but at the end of the day, if they were allowed to fall long enough, they'd fall at the same rate.
Because it's smaller.
Yeah, it's smaller. It has less wind resistance because lead being so dense. But anyway, the birds of prey use that same principle when it comes to flight. They have very, very light bodies. They have hollow bones. All their bones are hollow. They have strenuous strength versus muscle strength. So they use a lot of sinew and tendon for strength. And their wings are very broad and brought out so that they can displace air easier than fighting the weight against the pull of gravity. So it's a very interesting thing. And also barn owls and owls in general have different shaped primary feathers, and you cannot hear them when they're flapping their feathers. So it's totally quiet.
We're gonna knock out a couple questions at the same time.
Okay, a couple of questions at the same time. So this is the most common asked question here.
So don't answer yet.
Okay.
Will she get bigger? Did we raise her from a fledgling? If so, how much work did that entail? And how much does she weigh?
All right. So like I said, again, she weighs about a quarter of a pound, about 420 grams. We have had her since she was a poop stain on her mother's booty.
That's one way to put it.
So Tickles laid the egg, and Tickles is one of our owls, laid the egg that Boosie helped create, that Cricket hatched out of. and so we've had her since she was an egg, and it is a lot of work. So the thing that people don't realize is how much food baby owls eat. Now, barn owls lay more eggs than great horned owls. The smaller the owl, usually the more eggs they're going to lay in a clutch. So typically they might lay 6 eggs in a clutch. And a lot of times they hatch out 6 young. Well, when we were feeding Tickles here, we had to feed her about every 30 minutes or so. And we would feed her about the equivalent of half of a mouse every 30 minutes or so. In the wild, a pair of barn owl parents will capture anywhere from 40 to 50 mice every single night to feed their young. And they go out and they come back and they're back and forth every few minutes, like 20, 25 minutes, the female owls coming and going. So it looks like we're fixing to weigh Cricket. Did somebody ask how much she weighs?
Yeah, but then I also figured they can see how we weighed the birds for
All right.
falconry season.
Someone else wants to know, how big is her wingspan?
Her wingspan is about 28 inches.
This scale is really friendly. It says hello to you when you turn it on. Zeroed it out. In grams right now. Right?
Yeah, so we're going to weigh it in grams and then we'll weigh it in ounces. All right, so in grams, I don't like to weigh the equipment.
And you gotta.
Oh, she's a little heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we kind of find where the equipment's not there. So that locked on. So she's 400 or 514 grams. So definitely probably a female. Yep.
Got that winter weight on.
Yep. Unfortunately, I turned it off. So 514 grams. Damn it, I did it again. I mean, dang it.
Unbelievable.
Curse
It's a
on-
family show, Michael.
I tell everybody that we are family friendly. We try not to curse.
Which is new for me.
So in ounces, she weighs 18.1 ounce.
It'd be a lot of money in gold.
And in pounds, she weighs right at 1.25 pounds.
Someone said she weighs less than their female Pac-Man frog.
Oh, hey, Pac-Man frogs can eat some stuff, man. Those things are scary.
People are talking a little bit about our kangaroo. Someone asked if we had sloths, and I said no, but we do have a kangaroo.
We have a kangaroo and a wallaby.
Yeah, we do have a wallaby as well.
We have a campfire kangaroo.
Yeah, Tyson.
Tyson is our campfire kangaroo. And if you've never seen a campfire kangaroo, maybe we should do
We
a
could
video of that
We
sometime.
just do one of our lives outside.
We'll just go outside. Tyson absolutely loves fire.
He does. It's kind of creepy.
I
He
mean,
loves it.
every time I go out, I see him. He's like right on the edge. He's like on the edge of the fire. And I'm like, please don't fall in the fire.
Q-tip, our wallabies really started like fire too. I was out there
All right.
with my mini chainsaw cutting up wood, and I had to like fetch him away from me like 7 times. I'm like, why is
He wasn't afraid of the chainsaw?
he wasn't afraid of anything?
All right.
All right, I love it.
Man, we got hawk poop and owl poop tonight. Y'all lucked out. We got both. So I don't know if y'all know how slick owl poop is. There's an old saying that says slicker than ouch.
I wasn't familiar with that one. That's a new one to me.
You haven't heard that?
So, but the reason why I was bringing up the kangaroo thing is someone had said I seen a kangaroo kick a guy into a body of water, and I was gonna say Tyson's like the friendliest of kangaroo.
Tyson is very friendly, even though he is an intact male.
He's got a ton of patience, and I've got my little puppy Gravy. You
Yeah.
guys like Gravy?
Yeah.
And but like Gravy was really pressing his buttons like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And like Tyson let him like do every little puppy thing, and then finally he stopped. He slapped him in the face.
Yeah. Kangaroos do use their
But
forearms.
that's literally all he did. He was just slapped him,
He's
and like
get out of here,
and Gravy
kid.
hasn't messed with him ever since.
Yeah. There's some really good videos on YouTube where you can see where kangaroos will try to grab their opponent with their front hands and feet.
Tyson does that, when
And they're
he's, like, playing
strong too.
around. Yeah,
Like they can really, especially some of those big buck kangaroos.
but he doesn't kick.
Not yet.
Well, we'll see. But I mean, I felt pretty good because he's like approaching 3 now.
Yeah, he is getting a little bit older. So I'm gonna put Cricket up now. She's been patient enough.
She's been de-pooped.
She's been de-pooped. And then let's talk about
The prize
the
box.
prize box. Let's put the prize box together.
All right, we're gonna put the prize box on the lives, which I love doing it. Nothing like some Wildlife Command Center coffee and other goodies. You also get the custom Wildlife Command Center box. But last week was when Michael did the 1 through 200 thing, and it was guessed right away. But the week prior to that, we did a trivia question based around our YouTube channel, and I've got a really good one for you guys. So I started working with Michael around 1.5 years ago. That's a clue. But what was the first video that I put out with Wildlife Command Center?
That is a good question.
So I feel like that's definitely something that can easily be looked up on a separate page. But what was the first video that I published working with Wildlife Command Center? And again, that little hint was 1.5 years ago. I got other hints if they can't come up with anything else, but that is going to be the.
If I give them a hint of the month that I think it was, can I win? Or do I have to say what the name of the video is?
The way to win it is to put in the name of the video, in which we put together.
That's an interesting one. I think I just watched it. Yeah,
Probably.
Yeah, and I was like going to pull some clips out of it, and then I decided that possums were more interesting than. Oh man, I almost gave it away. I almost said what it was.
Wow, that would have
That's a
been
good thing.
silly.
It's a good thing I didn't. Like I drew the number 7 the other day. You know, everybody saw me draw it. It's embarrassing.
We've got 39 people watching live with us. We're about to do our prize box.
39. That's the most we've ever had.
Yeah, 28 likes. Definitely like the live. It helps get the live out there a little bit more. Plus, I just love the engagement. I love when you guys are enjoying the videos and showing us some love. So it's much appreciated.
Much appreciated.
I'm excited to see what he puts in this box. I don't even know what he's going to put in it this week.
Well, since you always like me to autograph one of our Bare Hands Rescue cards, which you can go to Discovery Plus, you can type in Bare Hands Rescue, and you can watch Bare Hands Rescue on Discovery Plus. It was on Animal Planet, but they've since moved it all over to Discovery Plus, even though there's still a link through the Animal Planet site. So I'm going to sign this. I'm going to leave a place right here for whoever wins it. I'm going to put their name in it, you know.
I prefer when celebrities don't put my name in it. That way I can sell it on eBay later for more money.
Do y'all want your name on it? I'll let you
That's
choose.
just me.
I'll let you
listen,
choose.
I'm the one.
You want your name on it?
I'm the
or
one
no?
thinking about selling your autograph for money.
I gotta find a challenge point. I think there's one in this desk right here.
Michael's got a really interesting signature. I kind of want to show them it.
You can.
This is Michael's signature. I don't know if you guys can see it very well. It says "Thank you," but it's
So
just
from years and years and years of signing nuclear weapon paperwork,
oh yeah,
I had to develop a very fast signature.
I hate that nuclear weapon paperwork. It's
so much paperwork.
so many
I
roadblocks.
also wonder what happened to all those signatures.
They're probably in a safe somewhere or were burnt long ago.
Joe Biden's got him by his Corvette in his, his garage.
They're in his garage.
All right. So if you successfully answer our trivia question tonight. Oh, by the way, you know, we're doing trivia on February the 24th in Imperial at the Pastime Club to raise money for our raptor rescue efforts. The same money that all of the proceeds from the sales of this coffee go to.
Yeah, we are. We're doing. They probably don't know. We've got a few people that are local to St. Louis, but we're holding a trivia night on February 24th.
February 24th. It's on our Facebook page.
and
it's
got
gonna be
all
a
the
lot of fun.
got all the details out there on our socials. We've even posted about it on the community page.
Yep.
So if you're around St. Louis, local,
Like
to St.
Andre,
Louis,
he's in St. Louis.
mhm.
You know, and,
Belinda, is it?
Belinda's in St. Louis.
So
Yep. And
um,
every once in a while, people travel through St. Louis. If you come to St. Louis, come on February the 24th, and then come see us at 6 p.m.
yeah, Michael was telling me about the trivia night, and I was like, cool, cool, cool. And he's like, they have $2 beers, and I was like, I'll be there. I'll be there. This is great.
That was the kicker. All right, so Wildlife Command Center prize box for tonight. As you can see, nothing's in the box.
Wow.
I'm going to put one bag, but 2 bags of our delicious dark roast coffee. This coffee is so good. I
My
mean,
favorite.
I don't even drink coffee at home because I'm waiting to get coffee here at the office.
It's really good stuff.
Our coffee is made. There is going to be this heavy duty challenge coin that was modeled after the challenge coin for my submarine, the USS MG Vallejo SSBN 658. Yeah. This time you're going to get 2 magnets, both of which have our telephone number on it. Actually, this one has the number. You can call Jennifer. She would love for you to call her and just talk to her.
Jennifer
then-
loves talking to people.
She does. And then our Avian Strike Force magnet. So you got 2 magnets that are going in there. You're going to get this really cool Wildlife Command Center multi-tool. Not only does it have a corkscrew on it, but it has this great Phillips screwdriver. And you've got a knife blade that's very sharp. Don't cut yourself, please. And in addition to all of that, you have a bottle opener and a can opener.
We're out at Renaissance Fair, and Michael's just handing out pocket knives to 7-year-olds left and right.
I do look to see if they
It's
have
a parent's worst nightmare.
It is a parent's worst nightmare. So I think that there's plenty of people that want to know how can they win this box.
Yeah, so again, the question to win the prize box here is, what video was the first video that I produced and created for Wildlife Command Center
I'm interested in know.
around 1.5 years ago?
Yeah,
Gonna have to do a little bit of digging.
might have to do a little bit. Of
I've got a couple little, clues. Got some
Clues.
clues for them.
Well, let's
They'll be
wait.
helpful.
Let's
Yeah,
wait
we
on a
will.
clue.
So I'll be watching the chat to see if you guys
you
drop
gotta-
the title of it.
The title of the video, the very first video that Cole dropped over. Oh, I almost gave another clue. I didn't mean to. I didn't say anything.
Well, I told them around what time.
Not yeah, but you
Okay.
didn't give them very specifics. Like
No.
I was about to say how many months ago it was, and that's too big of a clue.
Yeah.
Then I was going to tell them when you started working with us. That was too big of a clue.
I kinda
But right
respect
now,
that.
I want to talk about these delicious cupcakes because I have been dying. So every day at 6 o'clock, my alarm goes off and I have to stop eating. But because of these cupcakes, I am going to eat one of these cupcakes after my stop eating time. The other thing is I don't eat sugar or carbohydrates, but I'm going to eat one of these cupcakes.
I've eaten 2 of them today already.
What? You have?
Yeah. So we're both doing intermittent fasting. I'm from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Yeah. And I'm from 6 p.m. till 10 a.m.
that you can't eat.
I cannot eat.
Okay, well, we said it.
Well, we said it backwards.
Well,
So
can
I
only-
eat from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m.
Okay, I can eat from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay.
I've got a 6-hour window.
So I have a longer window.
Mhm.
But intermittent fasting works for me. It works really well.
I'm hoping it works for me.
It will work for you.
I've gained some lbs back.
So Taylor made these delicious cupcakes. You know what else Taylor made? Oh, 1 second.
It's tailor made.
Taylor, I love it. Taylor made this wonderful hoodie for me.
Film the back.
Look at that. Wildlife Command Center hoodie. And I'll lick it
Some
off.
frosting on the sleeve.
And it says, I don't participate in pain.
This is our RGB design, and we do have the white outlines as well. In the description, you can check out our link tree, which has a link to our Wildlife Command Center coffee. All proceeds go to Raptor Rescue, or Wildlife Command Center merch store.
I was doing a podcast, a live podcast, and there was a couple of young ladies that were there who were
Ooh, it
they
looks
wanted
really
this
good.
shirt so bad. They wanted this hoodie so bad.
Mhm.
because they wanted the placement of the hands.
Taylor was wearing her free cuddles design, which is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And we were at the bank, and some girl was asking about it.
Oh,
She
okay.
really loved the possum design.
Cool stuff. So go to our merch store, and you too can own a hoodie or a t-shirt.
Patrick says they look awesome. Taylor is awesome! Explanation point. Smiley star face. You're welcome.
You're right. Another thing that Taylor did for us that's coming very soon.
I'm really excited about it.
She crafted, she drew, she what's it called whenever you craft something?
You create.
Curated all of the images for our Wildlife Command Center coloring book.
Yeah, we have a coloring book that's coming out.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be a wonderful gift for the kids, but also for adults, because adults color too.
That's right. And some of the images were specifically drawn to be more challenging for
Mhm.
older folks and very easy for younger folks.
Yeah, because
So
kids are stupid, right?
we've hit everything.
know,
you know.
You want to take it easy.
Anyway, I'm going to eat this cupcake now. And this cupcake is called Recipe Number 2 for obvious reasons.
Well, that's anyone tuning in. It's like, what's the obvious reason? It just has chocolate
Oh, that's
frosting.
right. We had about 30 something that didn't.
You're usually doing stupid things on the internet, Michael. You know, people are thinking that this has insects in it and stuff right now.
This does not have insects in it. However, our next live, next Wednesday, I'm going to have my wife, Bonnie, bake some egg bites. And she's going to make some of them with mealworm dust or powder and some of them with cricket flour.
And we're going to have to guess if it
Which
has
one's
mealworm or
which.
not.
Yeah. And we're going to do a taste test, see which one's best. So next week, tune in Wednesday, 6 o'clock.
Do you have the cricket powder too?
We have cricket powder and we have mealworm powder.
And then you're going to make them regular.
No, I'm not going to make them regular.
Well, you should, because then we'd have to guess. You know, you're eating you have to guess what's what.
You think we should make 3 different ones? A
It's like-
regular one, a cricket one, and a mealworm.
It's like the soda guessing
Okay.
test that people do on TikTok. We make a little cardboard box for it. Yeah, go for it. Go crazy.
Mm.
So the most peaceful the live stream's been the whole time with Michael eating and not talking.
This could have been named the chocolate mousse cupcake. That icing is so light and frothy. That is delicious, Taylor. This is awesome. I really like this. So all right, back to talking. Maybe I should eat what's in my mouth. I think I want to go get a tarantula.
Well, I'm examining the live feed here because we did have a guest come in, and I'm trying to see if this is correct.
Y'all need to ask me to throw a question out so I can talk. I have something to say. Y'all might not like it whenever I'm talking so much.
Why don't you
But
get
everybody else likes it.
Why don't you get to Tarantula, hold down the fort, and then I'll have to go do a mission, and then we'll meet in the middle.
I'll go get a tarantula.
All right, break. Yeah, where's my dog? Let's bring Gravy up here. No, yeah.
You take the dog.
Can Gravy eat cupcakes?
No, it's chocolate.
Dogs can't eat a bunch of chocolate.
No, he can't.
Come here. Come here, little boy. So last time we brought Gravy up on the table, he peed on it. So let's see if he won't. But this is Gravy. This is Gravy time. He got a new harness. We went on our first successful hike. So when he was he's probably 8 months old now. But when we went on a hike when he was like 3 months or 4 months old, we got to the trailhead and he immediately did a somersault spin and injured his leg. And we had to drive back home an hour. So glad he's back proving himself as a good dog.
100%. And I love his new little harness. That's pretty cool. Anyway, what I have here to show you is a curly-haired tarantula. All right. And he molted, and I say he because it is a boy. He molted recently, and so he's much bigger than the last time you saw him. Don't flick at me. How is that for a beautiful tarantula? Anyway, this is a curly hair tarantula. There's South American. You find them in the rainforest and jungle forest type of areas. They do like it a little bit moist. They are insectivores. They hunt insects down. They love roaches of all species, all types. And his name is Sherman.
I've got to consult someone on the answers on the chat real quick, so I'm going to be
Do you
right
need
back.
you need to come right back?
Yeah.
So anyway, Sherman is a recent rescue. Somebody had him in the paper. They were trying to get rid of him, try to rehome him. So we went out and looked at him and picked him up. And not long after we picked him up, he molted. So he's actually about 1.5 inches bigger than he was whenever we first got him, which is great. The other thing is he's being auditioned for a movie right now. There's a movie where they have a scene in it where the lady reaches underneath her bed to grab an earring that fell down, and the tarantula is like crawling right towards her hand as she's trying to feel for the earring. But anyway, I thought the curly hair tarantula would be an excellent choice for that because they got those long, creepy hairs. You know, they are a dark looking animal, a dark creature. And they just look pretty cool to me. We have another one that's a female, and her name is Shirley. So it's Shirley and Sherman, curly haired tarantulas, although we're not going to breed them because who needs another tarantula, right? But it's amazing how well they can hang on. You know, they got these little hooks on the end of each one of their feet, and they literally can hang upside down. Now, I got my hand under here because one of the problems with tarantulas, if they do fall and hit a hard surface, they will rupture their abdomens. And so that's why you want to be really careful when you're handling tarantulas that they don't jump off your hand, you know, because they can hurt themselves. Anybody got any questions about tarantulas? Sherman?
There is questions.
What questions do we have?
At least I think so. There's just a lot going on in the chat. I'm a little overwhelmed right now.
Is he in his final molt?
Not yet. So we think he does have one more molt, which we're not looking forward to that because you can. So Taylor's going to research it because she still has the old molt and see if it's his last molt or not. But I think it's not. Oh, you can? You want to see? I can't tell anything by looking at him now. I barely can tell the males from the females.
How old is he?
We don't know. We rescued him.
So there's been some.
But I would say he's probably about 2.5, 3 years old, maybe.
How long do they live?
It depends on the species. The Goliath birdie or tarantulas are a pretty long-lived species. This species, you can usually get, 18, 20 years out of the curly hair, you think, Taylor? Do you
females?
remember?
Females live much longer. Males only live for about a year.
After their final shed? So the thing that happens with males, unfortunately, is once they hit that final shed, they start searching out a mate, and they mate once or twice, and then they die. So they usually die within a year of their final molt. The females live a lot longer. Unfortunately, this is a male.
So I feel like I need to get this off my chest.
Okay.
We've had a very close answer come in to the prize box. You want to bring the prize box back in here real quick?
Should I put the tarantula away?
You can keep it. I don't care. It's your life. You know, you're comfortable with tarantulas. I don't want to hold it right now.
Yeah.
So, but the question for the prize box this evening is, what was the first video I produced for Wildlife Command Center working with Bare Hands Beran
But before you answer it,
on our YouTube channel? Yeah, I'm not going to answer it because we haven't had
an exact answer?
the exact answer come in. So it
Okay,
has
so
to
if
be,
you answered it and you think you were close, then you need to go back and read the title again and then copy paste the title in.
yeah.
All right. So, but anyway, the prize box tonight is going to be this incredible Wildlife Command Center and Bare Hands Rescue card that I autographed for you. 2 bags of our delicious dark roast coffee, which is amazing. It's ground to a grind that's called silex. Okay. It has coarse and fine particles in it at the same time. So you can brew this literally any way you want. French roast press. You can percolate it. You can percolate it on a campfire. You can throw it through a Keurig. You know, you can brew it any way you want. You're going to have 2 magnets, one for the Avian Strike Force, one for the Wildlife Command Center. You'll get a challenge coin, just like the ones that my submarine used to give out. And then you're going to get a multi-tool, Wildlife Command Center multi-tool.
Can you throw in a sticker?
You want a sticker too?
I want you to throw in a sticker.
I'll get a sticker.
Also, he's not in his final mold.
He's not.
Nope.
Yay! He'll live a little bit longer.
Someone also wanted to know, how much do we sell our multi-tools for?
I think it's $7.99 on the website.
$7.99.
I haven't
Somebody
seen 'em on the
moved
website.
The stickers, and now I don't know where they are. But we'll get a sticker for them. Remind me to put a sticker in there. I'll put a sticker in there.
Here, you want to be on dog duty for a second? Just make sure he doesn't take out.
I don't know where the stickers went.
We currently have 43
Here it is.
people watching us
So,
live right
hold on
now
for a second.
and 33 likes. So
Wait,
double
did you
down.
say 40?
Yeah, 43.
3?
Probably scaring them away.
appreciate y'all.
Probably scaring them away by saying hi to them because they're like, oh, I feel awkward watching that.
I think they enjoyed the tarantula.
Yeah.
You know, myself. But they're over here trying to figure out how much longer Sherman there's got to live.
So when a male tarantula is on his last molt, they do something called hooking out,
Oh yeah.
Hooking.
where they will have hooks
Yep.
on their legs. And that
And the reason they have hooks on their legs is to fend off the females, because the females try to kill them, just like
Well-
your girlfriend.
well,
So yeah, literally, if you've ever seen tarantulas mate, the males have those little. Does he have hooks?
no,
He has no hooks. That's good. That means we got more life in him. Okay. But anyway, the males with those little hooks that they have in there, they'll grab the females like this and kind of hold her up like that while he does the dirty, and he slips in his package, which is not what you think. It's actually a package of sperm. It's a little
Oh, well,
package.
that's nice.
Yeah,
Little
it's
FedEx
not-
delivery.
exactly. It's just like getting
hooking onto my hand.
it's just like getting an Amazon Prime delivery.
How do people know if they are allergic to their hairs? Have we answered that?
We haven't. Really, if you're an allergic-ish kind of person, you're probably going to be allergic to their hairs. So on the abdomen of the tarantulas, they have these little hairs. And when they are defending themselves, they flick them like into a cloud. And they're very irritable to some people. It doesn't irritate me, but some people that are sensitive to that sort of thing, it irritates them a lot. Like
If you're allergic to fiberglass, you'll be
So if you're allergic to fiberglass, you're going to be allergic to tarantula hair. We have a winner.
We have a winner.
We have a winner. And you know what they're going to win? They're going to win this Wildlife Command Center prize box, which has 2 bags of delicious dark roast. It has magnets. It has a multi-tool. It's got a challenge coin, and it has this incredible Bare Hands Rescue flyer. So
And-
tell us.
Well, a couple of you were very close. Like they
Very close.
they guessed the second video that I produced for you.
Oh.
But there was a little bit of a thumbnail change up between the first and second video that I did. So I think that threw people off.
Okay.
But Paramedic 1210
Paramedic 1210.
guessed rescued lemurs find forever home.
Rescue lemurs find forever home.
And it was the very first video we did together. And it's funny because I mentioned how our videos really hold up over time, but I will say the very first video is the only one that I feel like you can tell a notable difference between
Yeah.
how really it's honestly the first like 10 videos. Because when we first started, I was a little, as I was a vlogger, I've been doing YouTube stuff for a long time, had my own YouTube channel, but I was
Mhm.
like, I don't know if this guy really wants this weirdo saying stuff or being in the video. We kind of had this weird Remember that?
Yeah. We
There
talked
was-
about it too.
Yeah,
whether-
we had some open conversations
Yeah.
like how much should I be involved, or do you
Mhm.
want me talking? And
Y'all love Cole, don't you?
it's kind of spiraled.
Give him some love in the
It's
comments. Y'all
spiraled
love
ever
him.
since. But
Yeah.
the first one I remember was like, I wasn't living here. I live here now.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, meet me at the center and we'll feed the lemurs and we'll put together a video. And so, yeah, just got thrown to the wolves right away. And we're in with the lemurs and them jumping around and stuff.
Mhm.
But a lot of cool little slow-mo video pieces in that one.
I like that one a lot. Awesome job. So tell us, paramedic, how did you figure that out?
Well, it's like I said, there's some people that were really close.
Yeah.
And I think the thumbnail difference, and you had to have, because if you look at the video, I used a lot of subtext and stuff like that
Mhm.
you weren't using before. So I'm sure they put together the dots there, but you're gonna have to send your information to
Info at
Info.
cancatchit.com. We're going to type it into the chat box, but I am going to take this package and I am going to mail it off tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday, right? Yep.
tomorrow's Thursday, since Wednesdays are live nights.
Live nights. Hey, I really appreciate all of you guys sharing our lives, because one thing that I did not expect was that the lives would be viewable and people would want to view them after the fact. What's going on? What's happening? Yay!
I'm just not a big fan of the cheering one. I don't know
Oh.
why, but
That's why we did that.
well, I figured it needed to cheer in that moment. Like,
So how venomous, I guess, would be the word, is a black widow?
Toxic, venomous. That would be two good terms. So black widows are the second most toxic spider that we have in the United States. It's the most popular spiders. Brown recluse and the black widow spiders are probably responsible for the most bites, but neither one of them are super duper toxic.
just
You
kind
know?
of catching up on the chat.
Oh, you are.
It's making me really red and flushed. I'm not gonna repeat any of it.
So black widow spiders are not going to kill you unless you go into anaphylactic shock. And if y'all watched another video that Cole created in the beginning, you'll see me stumble with that word quite a bit.
Anaphylactic. That was
Yep.
funny because the way you pronounce it, like when some people mispronounce a word, immediately you forget how to say it. Yeah, like you're just like, well, there it goes. But the way you
That's
just
how
said
we're
it,
going to say it from now on.
that's how it's gonna be.
But anyway, the toxicity level, and if you compare a black widow to all the spiders in the world, they are not toxic at all. They will leave a nasty bite, and if you let the venom hang in there long enough, you're going to have some rot, and that creates secondary problems. So could be sepsis. Yeah.
One of our like deep in the treasure trove of videos was when I went down to Dallas and saw
Mhm.
Nick's insect
Mhm.
collection.
Yep.
And he talks a lot about
Toxicity.
yeah, and just with all the different weird things that he has and the words that I don't know.
Yeah. So Nick, who now runs his own business called Buddha Bugs, which he's doing an amazing job with
Got
that.
some really cool insects.
Very, very cool.
And they're not
Um,
insects; they're something else. But
The arachnids and
Are-
isopods.
isopods and something else.
Yeah,
you know?
he keeps a lot of stuff. But an interesting thing about him, he worked for us for about 6 years. But he started out life, he didn't want to be having severe problems with envenomations because he free handles venomous snakes.
Yeah.
So he went through a series of self-injections of venom and dealing with the pain of that.
That was
so
the
how's-
most. I've filmed a lot of weird stuff through the years.
Yeah.
I mean, filming for like 15 plus years professionally, and watching him free handle a cobra was the most
Nerve-wracking.
nervous I have ever been in my life. I'm like, this could be the moment.
Where's your record button sweating?
Yeah, well, you think of like the king cobra that's fairly docile,
Right.
and I can't.
Those smaller ones are not.
But you can see it in the video. He has a smaller cobra, and it's all over the place. And for a split second, I thought he did get hit by it, and wasn't like kind of playing it off.
Yeah.
I remember stopping recording eventually and be like, "Are you good? Like,
Are
He's
you
like,
okay?
yeah, I'm fine. I'm like,
What is that
"Okay."
weird swelling in your face?
I could have sworn you got tagged there for a second.
All right. So anyway, I've got this great box ready to go, sealed up. Paramedic, we're going to be sending it to you. You definitely need to send your contact information, your name, your address, your cell phone number to info@cancatchit.com. You can read it right there at the bottom, info@cancatchit.com. And we'll get this box sent out tomorrow. Congratulations. You did good job. Absolutely. So how many questions we got lined up? There's people been asking questions.
There's a
What do we want to know?
Venom?
What are y'all interested in?
Venom?
Very good question. Venom versus poison. Well, here's one thing I always look at. I always tell people that venom is injected and poison is ingested. So poison goes into your mouth. Venom goes into your bloodstream. Venom is actually not poisonous. You can, if you're brave enough, you can drink venom and you'll be maybe okay, unless you have an ulcer or a bad cavity. But technically, venom's not poisonous. Like you could ingest it and you would not have. It's really just a bunch of amino acids and proteins. Poison, on the other hand, is a different type of toxin, and you usually ingest it and become poisoned. And that's, to me, that's bad. But injecting venom into you is the worst, because then you've got all this tissue that's being broke down and dissolved, and then you've got to deal with that because it's attached to you.
You're saying you forgot the sticker.
Uh-oh. It's just tape. There's only one piece of tape. I'll put the sticker in. I don't know where the stickers are.
I don't know. I put them very specifically in the miscellaneous locker
And
for
they're
a reason.
very specifically not in there right now.
Unbelievable.
So anyway, paramedic, if your box looks like it's been opened a couple of times, it's because I forgot the sticker. But you know what? Good on you guys for catching that.
So
Mhm.
he wrote in, he says, hey, it's Taylor's dad.
It's
Chris.
Taylor's dad. Well then I don't have to mail it.
He says you are more than welcome to give the prize box to someone else too.
Oh, but you don't like our coffee?
He's not a regular. It's not like he's a regular follower or had any inside information to this. I just started dating his daughter like 8 months ago. I
Yeah.
wasn't even around when
I think
started. Is it almost a year now?
It's almost a
Okay, now I'm getting in trouble in the live.
I can tell you that I know that I have been married for 22 years and that me and my wife have been dating for 22 years and 8 months.
Well, thanks for helping me, Michael. I really appreciate that.
I can remember the very first pair of shoes, pants, and shirt that she wore. She had a black and white checkered shirt on. She had white pants on, and she had these little cute black and white tennis shoes.
Bonnie was on the chat earlier.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, she like hides away. People don't know her username.
She kind of slides in,
Uh-huh.
slides out.
I
Anyway,
won't give her.
I love my wife. She's great.
I won't give her username away.
Yeah, don't tell her username because she likes to kind of stalk in there and watch
Mhm.
people. And if you say anything nasty about us, she will come to your page.
I
and
got-
let you know about it.
I got completely trashed on YouTube comments the other day.
That was not Bonnie.
No,
That was not Bonnie.
well, it's not Bonnie. No, but we're getting some really good ones in. The Possum Crashes Rat Party
Oh yeah,
short
yeah.
is really taking off again.
It really is. The curve is like gone this way again.
So we're back over 1,000 subscribers for the month, which is a big
Mhm.
thing.
Yep.
And
It's something I watch. I always watch how many views a day we get. Like I love getting 40,000 views a day.
yeah, I think we're in that ballpark right now.
We are. We were at 89,048
Yeah,
hours.
we're actually exactly at 45,000 views a day right now.
Oh, okay. 45,000 views a day. That means 45,000 folks are watching our YouTube channel every day.
Crazy.
It is nuts.
Just
you know.
taking 30-second snippets of our life and completely judging us.
Nothing wrong with that. I love it.
Someone
know?
said tarantula hawk question mark.
I've seen a tarantula hawk in IRL, in real life,
Mm-hmm.
in the desert of Arizona,
Mm.
and it was flying. We had these little window screens
Mm-hmm.
on our bus window,
Mm-hmm.
and it was in the crevice trying to get inside the bus.
Really?
Yeah, but they're really loud. Their wings
Yeah.
make really loud noises.
Yeah. So tarantula hawks are a species of wasp that paralyze spiders and then drag them down into the burrow alive, paralyzed. Then they lay an egg on them, which hatches into a larvae, which consumes the paralyzed spider alive. What a wonderful existence.
And then don't they plant their eggs inside the tarantula?
There's a different species. So that's a parasitic wasp. But the tarantula hawk actually captures them
That's a
and,
parasitic wasp.
and it drags the spider back to their burrow. So different. But anyway, I don't want to get stung by one.
Hey, Miss Zumi's saying hi.
Hey, Miss Zumi, how are you?
She says, "Do you guys work with zoos trying to find homes for some rescued animals?"
We do not.
No doubt. We don't do that.
Yeah. So believe it or not, zoos have a whole network, behind the scenes network, that if you ever get a glimpse of it, you'd be amazed, of interspecies trading and bartering and breeding. And so the zoos have, they only
Zoos
will
are
take
nuts.
animals that they know exactly where they were bred and what genetics they have and what dangers that they might pose. Zoo animals are very well taken care of, but specifically bred not to have disease.
Those are nice words you had about zoos.
It is a great word to have about
Yeah,
zoo.
you had
I speak nicely about everybody.
a partner with us, zoos.
Yeah, why not?
We have taken in a lot of rescue reptiles recently,
Mhm.
and I've been do I throw this out on the
Sure,
line?
go ahead.
I've been brainstorming with Michael because we don't really have a division for rescues, and I'm like, as we're getting more notoriety and people know us, we're getting more phone calls of people saying, "Hey, I've got X or I've got this, and I can't take care of it." And I'm
Mhm.
like, we really do need a rescue division.
Yeah, so Cole's mentioned this to me several times, and I really like the concept of it. So we do have a nonprofit called Raptor Rescue Inc., where we go out and we rescue birds of prey, specifically like the owl. Me and Yanni rescued last night. But Cole was saying, hey, there's other creatures out there that need specific attention, and maybe we should have a nonprofit that is specifically for like a broader scope of animals.
Because eventually we'll hit capacity and we're like, okay, well, we can't help this. But, it's if it's kind of like, I'm going to throw this out because I got gravy at the APA. And it's like,
Mhm.
hey, if you're looking for a reptile, we have these available. And,
Mhm.
you X donation. And
Mhm.
then we give them the education that they need in order for, good husbandry and that sort of stuff. But I think
It's
eventually
definitely we'll be good.
we'll
be there.
have to.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah, as we grow, we'll have to have a division that can handle that. Specifically the husbandry, the upkeep, the health of the animals, but you need a team that can vet a potential adopter and make sure that they're appropriate and then handle the adoption process. It takes one or two people to handle that process. So but we'll get there, and we will do that eventually. And that'll be some great content.
It'd be great.
I'm ready to go. I watched a video the other night of a police officer that rescued a small deer, out of a ditch divider, and I was like, I hope he doesn't get hurt, because deer can hurt you,
They can.
Not only are they strong, but those hooves
Oh,
are
Nicole
sharp.
just sent us $10.
Hey, Nicole. Yay. Thank you, Nicole. Appreciate you. Nicole actually won a prize box about a month ago, wasn't it?
That was just a couple weeks back. We haven't
Couple
been
weeks
doing the
back?
lives that long, but
No, we really haven't. But Nicole was nice enough to fly all the way here to St. Louis from Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, and stop by the center and pick up her prize box.
I've got a really good idea for next week's live stream to encourage super chat donations. So
Ooh.
be on the lookout. Set the reminder for next week's live
Everybody
stream.
save up all of your Starbucks money this week.
And
Don't spend it.
Michael-
and then
Michael has no idea what it is, but
I don't, but I'm going along with it.
it's going to be hilarious.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll make it happen. We'll make it work. I think it'll be great. I think everybody wants to see at least one snake.
Yeah,
I
let's
haven't-
bring it. Let's get
We
snakes.
haven't had, huh? No, I was thinking Godiva. Did we do Godiva?
She's-
Did y'all do Godiva? I don't remember Godiva.
Go get Perry the rattlesnake.
All right, go get Perry the rattlesnake. She ain't jumping up.
Well, what else? What ones do I really like?
You know,
You did-
I really like the Brooks king snake that looks like a cobra.
I was gonna say Dorothy, which I feel like Dorothy. solves
Everglades king snake.
the same thing, right?
Very
Kind of
close. Yep.
Similar.
Very, very close.
I say Dorothy's. I like Dorothy a lot.
All right,
I
let's go.
agree.
I'll go get Dorothy. Why don't you tell them a story or sing them a song, write a poem, do something interesting.
Can you feel the love tonight? Tonight.
Did you post my fact?
Your kangaroo rat.
The fact that I can tell him my fact.
Yeah, come up here. Welcome, Gracie, our rodent champion, to the show. Gracie, great to have you
All
again.
right. So me and Cole did a rat fact like a month ago, and I don't think it ever got posted.
Did we film that?
Yep.
I
Okay.
am such
So
a terrible
kangaroo
person.
rats, tiny little rats. They got little kangaroo back legs, like the jumping ones. They live in deserts, dry areas. But the fact is that they can go 10 years without water. No water. 10 years. That's my fact for you.
Thank you, Gracie.
Appreciate you, Gracie. Thank you for giving us that animal
Here,
fact.
let's get this out of the way so people can see. what we got.
Interestingly enough,
Wow, that's the head.
it's like Dorothy heard you because when I went in there, she's usually like hiding in her hide.
She's like,
She was just like that. She was like looking out the window.
Immediately, I put up hands when we were talking about a snake. I don't know what
I
happened.
don't
there.
know what that's about. But Dorothy's a chunk. Look at that. Look how thick she is. She's looking good. So Dorothy is an Everglades king snake. And in the wild, her diet consists of cottonmouths and copperheads pretty consistently, as well as some other snakes, because these guys do eat other snakes.
And what type of snake is that?
This is a king snake.
No.
This is an
but
Everglades king
like
snake.
the classification.
King snake. The classification would be king snake.
You know how,
No,
like-
she's a
like-
she's a colubrid.
Oh, colubrid.
Yeah, so
But
she falls in.
colubrids specifically eat other snakes, isn't it? No.
No.
Stupid.
So there probably is a term for that because there's a lot of specific snakes that eat other snakes. For
Uh-huh.
instance, king cobras.
Yeah.
They specifically eat other
I don't
snakes.
think I knew that.
And yeah, king cobras eat other snakes. And specifically, they love to eat reticulated pythons. And so that's why there's so many videos out there of king cobras and reticulated pythons dead in a locked down death grip because the king cobra bit the reticulated python. The reticulated python strangled the king cobra. Yeah.
We should probably be clear. We do not feed her snakes, though.
We do not feed her. She won't eat a snake. We had the chickens killed a garter snake the other day. I was like, I wonder if Dorothy would eat it. She if it's not a mouse, she's not going to eat it.
Well, and Anthony found one. Was that the one Anthony found
Yeah,
in
probably.
the backyard?
Yeah.
I was like, I know those are poisonous, but I didn't know if like they're bad for other snakes. So I was like, don't feed that to anything that you don't know about. So
Yeah, so the garter snakes are one of the snakes that are poisonous. The reason is because they eat toads and they store the toxins in their liver.
and I know the venom's not a problem, but I didn't know about the
If
poisonous
you
for
ate
snakes.
a whole garter snake,
But what about Dorothy?
it would poison you. No, she could eat it.
She could.
Yeah,
That's
she-
what I didn't know.
She can process it. Yeah. The other thing is she can take a full-on bite of any of the North American venom. That's the hematoxins, and she'll be just fine. She might swell up a little bit, but she processes.
We've
it.
got like 25 chickens, so I think the chickens got the better of garter snake.
Yeah, the chickens did kill the garter snake.
So
Yeah.
it wasn't us; it was the chickens.
Yeah, we didn't kill it. We wouldn't. But anyway, if you can imagine this down in the Florida Everglades slithering around, you would never see this snake. She would blend in so well. Like you can barely see her against my camouflage shirt jacket. So we did pick her up as a rescue. I suspect she's about 4 or 5 years old. She is about as long as she's going to get, which is, I'd say that's about 4 feet right there. She is a little thicker than usual. I mean, she's a pretty chunky girl, but she's not obese. You can usually tell if a snake is obese by their backbone. If this backbone is like dimpled in really bad, then she's obese.
This little
But-
crease here.
Yeah, this little crease right there. So this is her backbone, and the fat usually stores through here first, and it starts to make a dimple. She doesn't have that, so she's in good shape. She eats about every week or so. She eats a full-grown mouse, and that keeps her healthy, nice and healthy. But we don't take a chance. We don't take chances. We do not package her up when we're going to a fair or something with any other snake.
No.
Yeah,
No,
because
yeah.
because we
I accidentally did that at Ren Fair too.
yeah, for just a moment we
for-
had a
for a
king
s-
snake and a corn snake in the
Yeah,
same
for a
bin.
split moment, I put a snake back because I'm the resident idiot here, and I didn't check underneath the puppy pad to make
Oh.
sure that the bin was closed. But luckily, Michael, it was like 10 seconds later, was like, "Hey, where'd you put that snake back?" And I was like, "In there." And he's like, Dorothy's in there."
Yeah, we don't take that chance. You know, with the corn snakes, they're colubrids as well. You know, they're in the rat snake family. You can package them up. You can put 3, 4, 5 corn snakes in the same container. Corn snakes and rat snakes, Everglade rat snakes. You know, all those types of snakes, and they're fine. But I would not put a king snake in with corn
Now,
snake.
is Dorothy the one that has albinism in her genetics?
That's going to be the
DeGaio.
DeGaio. Yeah, DeGaio that has that in his genetics. So
Right.
Taylor has a fun fact.
Fun fact time.
So the fun fact that I just found is
Speak up.
king snakes fall under the dietary classification of Ophiophagy.
Ophiophagy. I like that word.
Ophiophagous animals.
Ophiophagous animals.
Snakes.
Meaning they eat other
I
snakes.
can't even say that word.
Ophiophagous?
Ophiophagous.
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 Ophiophaghism.
Am I saying it right?
Ophiophagus.
But that's
There you go.
That's the classification.
That's the
That's the
dietary
dietary
classification. Dietary classification.
I so I've
You know,
got,
sort of like I'm a hardcore carnivore.
well, I've got this one really good idea for a YouTube channel, YouTube video,
Yeah.
but it's just the most boring thing ever.
I don't
And-
think it is going to be boring.
But I feel like our audience is growing to respect us
as weirdos.
as weirdos and characters, so it makes it more entertaining because we're doing it.
And this
but-
has to do with dietary.
Well, no, it's because what's the most popular comment we always get on any possum video we make?
I don't know. How long do they live?
That's a marsupial, not a mammal.
Oh yeah. It's a marsupial,
And,
not
like,
a mammal. Like people
nobody-
say that all the time.
Everyone thinks that their 6 biology classes that they had during their schooling taught them anything about classification of
Look,
animals.
she's gonna strike you.
And so I thought it'd be really funny to get together with an actual biologist
Oh, we know one.
and sit down like in a classroom setting where we have like cutaway cameras to us and asking questions, and we break down the actual classifications of animals. in general.
Simon is a biologist.
Oh, our turtle guy.
He's a turtle guy too. But
Everyone's-
Simon, not only is Simon a good-looking dude,
He is a good looking dude.
he is. He's built like, oh my god. But anyway, he is a biology teacher out at Jefferson College.
He could be casted as Hercules.
He really could.
in any
And he's
stage
got the hair for
performance.
it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got waist length hair.
But that'd be good. Maybe we should talk to him, see if he wants to get together and do that. She's really, really active
She is pretty active
right now.
I think she's wanting to bite somebody.
Nicole says, is Simon single?
Simon,
I don't know.
he has been recently.
He has been recently, but we don't
I
like.
I don't keep up with his
We're not
with his
BFFs.
dating stuff. But you know, Jenna is very, very good friends with him, and she knows everything.
Yeah, she got
about
us
it.
introduced to him. so-
Yeah. So he's really good. If we brought him on here, we would have 300
Did I-
viewers.
I never put out. We did a. This is one of the things lost to the archives, but we did the National Turtle Day.
Oh yeah, where
Video
I was
with
holding
him.
the big old snapping turtle.
Yeah, we
alligator
went
snapping
out.
turtle.
And he showed us all of that. There's some shorts content with Simon in it. If you look back on our channel, you'll find National Turtle Day.
Yeah, National Turtle Day. So Nicole, he is a good looking dude.
Mhm.
You go back to it's way back. It's probably
Alligator
12 months
snapping
ago.
turtle. If you type
Yeah.
in on our channel.
Yeah. Or if you just go back and look for the turtle videos, I think I'm gonna pull some shorts out of there. That'll be good.
You should.
You know.
We need to pull a couple more editors and get all the content out. I'm just over here like
I think we are gonna have to have some more moderators.
I'm like fine with like I will hold the snakes, but they still make me feel a little
nervous, jumpy, anxious.
I think the problem is I've lived here officially for like a year and a half, and I've yet to take a snake bite.
Oh, but you've seen other people get plenty of
Yeah,
bites.
so like I think I still have the first bite scaries.
Oh, okay.
think
That's
that's what it
legitimate.
is.
That's legitimate.
And
Once
I
you
just, I,
realize
just I immediately get tagged.
that in the face.
I go live.
Be like
Yeah.
Steve Irwin when he got bit right in the face.
But I do handle the snakes. Like I help get the larger snakes out. So our act team is not the largest bodied individuals. Nothing personal.
Gracie.
Everyone's just so the big snakes people need help. So I definitely help.
Last night, me and Sage put Mama Lav in the bath.
Yeah.
But when I got ready to go home, I realized I didn't have anybody to help me put her back in, so I had to put her in by myself.
Yeah, and I was working. I was going to help you, but I decided not to.
Oh, okay. That's all right. I did it by myself.
Because you know what Michael always says, I could do this by myself.
I do this by myself. I don't need nobody's help.
But you did you give you had to give Mama Lab a shot?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes, was that 2 days
So
ago?
2 days ago, we had to give her an oral dose, and we had to give her 2 shots, and it pissed her off so bad that she bit me 3 times through the glove.
He was wearing his little like work gloves.
My goat skin gloves.
He wasn't wearing the Reptizoo bike gloves.
No, I wasn't wearing the big bike gloves. But I mean, she hit me, and then she hit me harder, and then I thought she was done. She hit me again. So you look good with that.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Michael.
It's a boa.
It means a lot.
Yeah. True. It's not a boa. It's not a boa.
Someone says, how long is Mama Lav, our largest snake?
So we know for a fact she's 19 foot 3 inches, but that was before the summer. So
Yeah.
So I'm claiming 20 foot.
Oh, getting a little tighter on the neck.
She's a big old girl.
So the way we know she's 19.3 inches is because our outdoor enclosure for her is 20 feet long exactly.
Exactly.
And when you first put a snake into a new enclosure,
They stretch out and crawl around the outside perimeter
they
constantly.
go into explore mode.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually she came right up along one side,
Mm-hmm.
and right when her tail hit the end, I said, now. And Michael was able to get the head measurement on her fully stretched out. And that's how we know. And still the internet fully
Doesn't believe
believes
us.
that snake is no longer than 12 feet.
I'm gonna go put Dorothy up.
All right. Thank you, Dorothy. You're really great. Let's get caught up on the chat here. Wow, we have been going for a long time. I just realized it's been an hour and a half. That's insane. This is probably a good time. You guys can put your last questions in for Michael. I'll probably have him field a couple more. May start wrapping up the evening here, even though we're having a blast. Time just flies. So if you just jumped onto the live, it's called Hawks and Owls, and we had Banshee, or Harris Hawk, on earlier, and Cricket, our barn owl. So once this posts right when we end the live, you'll be able to go back and check out the beginning of it and see a lot of the bird action there.
I brought something for Larry.
My chicken.
I just realized we've been going for an hour and a half.
Oh, okay. Can we go for just a little bit longer?
Line? What's my line?
Hey, look, there's some poop. All right. That was a good one.
This is my office chicken Spice. Ink sadly passed away, so she was not replaced in our hearts, but physically now we have my chicken Spice.
It's smelly.
So interesting thing about Spice. Spice is fixing to go out to the Renaissance Fair to the Keg and Eggs, and she's going to do chicken shit bingo. Y'all know what chicken shit bingo is, right?
Smelly
I'm
on my
not
shirt,
saying
too.
I'm not saying a curse word. That's just the name of the bingo game. And so they've got this big huge bingo board with all the numbers on it and the
Uh-huh.
letters, and they turn a chicken loose in it, and wherever it poops, that's the number. And chickens poop a lot. Chickens poop often.
It's
But
a-
Larry, look, it's a funny looking chicken.
hey, that's a weird looking chicken, Michael.
That's a weird looking chicken, Michael.
Is that Larry usually posting that?
I think so.
So
Isn't it?
Spice is a blue. She's a blue Moraine chicken. Step up. Moraine.
Which means she's going to lay some really cool colored eggs. Kind
She's
of
got
copper,
white
copper colored.
feathers on the tip of her wings. She's hiding them. But
How old does a chicken have to be before it starts laying eggs?
Usually they can start laying at 8 months. Like leghorns can start laying at 8 months, but typically you figure once they're a year old, they'll start laying. And then after their first year, they lay regularly. But anyway, she looks pretty comfortable, doesn't she?
Yeah, it's super comfortable.
She's a blue Marin, and she's going to lay copper colored eggs. It's going to be really pretty.
She is like, what is going on?
She's like, what are you guys doing there? So anyway, when I walked out, y'all said that y'all were going to catch up on the chat. What did I miss?
Just a lot of talky.
Well, I think we got time for like 3 more questions.
Well, I think
know?
we're pretty much. I asked people if they had any more questions.
Everybody was done?
Will we get
Okay.
to see an egg? Got
Yes.
got
The answer is yes.
100 eggs in our fridge right now.
So we get about a dozen eggs a day. You want to see one
I
now?
want we show them their eggs is the last thing we do here. Bring out a rack of eggs.
All right.
Show them what our chicken yard's producing these days.
I'll bring out a random rack of eggs. Here we go.
Can you move
So
the
this
white box
is-
out of the way?
Which one? You want to go put her away? All right, you can go put her up. So this is a random rack of eggs that come out of our chicken yard. And you can see we've got multiple colors of blue eggs. We got blue eggs.
I mean,
We
this
got
is
bluish
blue.
brown
This
eggs.
is a blue egg.
That's very blue. We got some green eggs. Like this is pretty green. This one's pretty green. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they definitely get green. The one thing I noticed is like this one's got the little spots on it now. So I would make a bold statement and say that this is a fertilized egg.
All of these are fertilized because we've had 2 roosters in for 3 weeks now. So
Well,
they're
those-
all
It
fertilized.
was weird because at one point we had separated all of our roosters
Mhm.
from the hens
Because they were beating the hens up too much, and we had 13 roosters.
in
and-
all the spots that went away. There wasn't any eggs that had spots on them. So that's the reason why I said this one's fertilized, because like I noticed that of all the eggs, none of them had spots.
Okay. I don't know if we can back that up by science,
No.
but anyway.
All
So
science says.
the reason we have so many different colored eggs is because we have astrolops, black astrolops. We hey, get out of that refrigerator.
Dogs in the fridge.
Mm-hmm. And we have the chickens that are called Easter egg chickens.
So none of these came from Spice. Spice is
Yeah, now Spice is too young to lay in these eggs. But we have a menagerie of chickens that people have left at the front door. We've gone to pick them up because they can't keep chickens anymore. And last year we hatched a bunch of baby chickens, like a whole bunch.
I'm excited to hatch more.
Yeah, we're going to. And we have mixed and matched all of our chickens that lay these different colored eggs. And so now this is like a daily pick of eggs. That's the colors we get. The only thing we don't have, this is about the closest white we have.
And we'll literally can get this many eggs in a day.
Yeah, and I'll eat half of them because I eat a lot of eggs.
So at no particular time, we usually have like 100 eggs in the fridge. So what egg prices? We're probably the reason why egg prices are going up, Michael.
I think we are.
Well, since we're supplying our own eggs, then they're, great demand distributed where it's economy.
I need to use that TikTok video that has something to say with so rich, huh? And he's got this big thing of eggs. Well, yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
But we actually give our eggs away to people that want them. We don't sell eggs.
Well, hey, take a second to like this live
Please like
if you
this
haven't
live
already.
and share this live to your Facebook page.
Do you have any final thoughts on the live this
Um,
evening?
You know, I really appreciate everybody that showed up. I really, really do. Like
are great
every
ones.
night, I always have fun doing this. You know,
If you're
talking
just
around.
tuning in, it's about to end. It'll be posted to the YouTube channel. You
We
can
will
check out the
post it
whole
on the
thing.
channel. You can watch it all you want, and it's amazing to me how many people go back and watch this.
The other thing too is Michael's always watching comments. So if you missed the
Mhm.
live stream and you want to check out the beginning, post comments that's below, and Michael's still going to answer them at the same
I
time.
absolutely will answer every single comment. So what I do typically when I sit down in the evening time is I spend a full hour answering comments. Now, a lot of the comments I talk to text. Some of the comments that are just like kind of silly, I'll just leave a couple of emojis. And then if the comments are just outrageous, then I've got pre-posted comments that I send to those folks. If they're just so out there by Saturn, you know, or Pluto or Uranus.
Lewis says good night. It's 1:40 a.m.
Good night, Lewis. Hey, thanks for showing up. Thanks for spending so much time with us. We appreciate it. But yeah, we're getting ready to wrap this up. I've had a great night. The tarantula had a great night. You know,
I feel complete.
I feel fulfilled.
Thanks,
So
thanks for the super chat, Nicole.
anyway, yep. Thanks for the super chat. We appreciate you. Let's call it a night. Good night, folks. You know, Jenna can say that almost like that.
Yeah,
She sounds just like that.
Jenna gave a goat noise the other day,
And I was like,
wow,
oh.
that's weird.
Like,
That's crazy.
I was thinking about doing a YouTube short just for that. Good night, folks.
Yeah,
we
night.
appreciate y'all.
Thanks for tuning in.
Have a good time. Have a good week.
See you next Wednesday.
See you next Wednesday.